Okay, there you have it. It's official. The Jets have their offensive coordinator, and we hired what was my favorite candidate out of all of the options. We hired Frank Reich as our offensive coordinator, and I'm extremely excited. So just to go right off the bat, I feel like this was the most logical hire, and this made the most sense. And honestly, I was surprised Frank Reich actually wanted to come and be the New York Jets coach, but I feel like basically because he's heading towards retirement, he's like, you know what? I see the vision. I'm gonna come out, help you guys, and help build a masterpiece. But the reason why I felt like this hire made so much sense is because Aaron Glenn is now focusing on the defense, and he's basically our defensive coordinator slash head coach. So he needed a head coach of the offense, and Frank Reich is someone who has done it before. Most importantly, he was previously a quarterback. I can't stress to you how important that is to me, having someone that was previously a quarterback, because I don't care what anybody says, the New York Jets will be drafting a quarterback at some point this year, whether in the first round, the second round, or later. And I would love to have a coach that has experience with quarterbacks but understands the position, and what everybody is saying now, sees the offense through a quarterback's eyes. I feel like Frank Reich checks that box completely. He has a ton of experience, and I know a lot of people are not as excited about Frank Reich. They're like, listen, he didn't have that well of an ending to his NFL career, but at the end of the day, I must stress and remind everybody, in those stops, he was a head coach, not just a offensive coordinator. And I know that even though he's calling the plays, it's hard to imagine that making that much of a difference. But when you're a head coach, you have so many more responsibilities, so many more politics that you have to play and have to do. There's so much that can take your mind off of what's actually just going on in the offense, versus this is your offense, this is your only responsibility. Lock in on this one thing. I feel like at this point in Frank Reich's career, doing something like this will not only come natural to him, it'll be easy, and I feel like it will be very, very beneficial and good. I'm not saying Frank Reich is the best offensive coordinator to exist, but I feel like in the most recent years, this is the most stable of a hire that I've seen in a long time, as far as just experience and everything. And at the end of the day, if we drafted, we all know what's happening with Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is now in the Super Bowl. If we drafted Sam Darnold and we had someone like Frank Reich as his quarterback coach or offensive coordinator talking to him every day, you don't think we would have seen a little bit more success? I personally think so. At least I hope so. I will stress again, the fastest way for the New York Jets to be competitive is for Aaron Glenn to figure it out and for the Jets to work this year. So I am hoping that this works, and I am positive about this. I know a lot of Jets fans, and this going out to all the Jets fans out there, I know a lot of you guys have lost your spunk. You've been beat down. You've dealt with horrible season after horrible season, heartbreak after heartbreak, and I sat there for most of it too. I know I'm pretty young, but I'm 30 years old. I've been a Jets fan since I was in like the 6th grade. I've seen everything from the butt fumbles to, I've seen it all. I've dealt with all of the heartbreak, the Adam Gase years, and there's so much reason to not be hopeful in this team and just to soak in your misery. But at the end of the day, bro, like, what sense does that make? To just sit around and just soak in your misery. Oh, well, we're the Jets. We can't develop a quarterback, so don't draft a quarterback. Bro, wake up, bro. Wake up. Why can't it happen to us? Why can't we figure it out? Why can't we be hopeful? What's the point of fandom if we're just going to sit around and be doubtful on everything? So I know there's going to be some complaints about this hire, just like how there would be complaints about any hire, because there's no way to go right if you're the New York Jets right now. If you hire Frank Reich, he's too old, he's washed, the game has left him, he didn't have a good stint. If you hire a young coach, why would you hire a young coach? He doesn't have enough experience. Guys, catch a grip. There's a good chance that this doesn't work. What's the worst that can happen? This doesn't work. We've seen it over and over again. It's not going to kill us. We have 3 first-round draft picks the next following year. I like this for Aaron Glenn. I feel like this is the only way Aaron Glenn can be successful. Take control over your defense. Put some fight back into this team. Have Frank Reich take complete control over the offense. And go talk to Greg Roman and ask him to be the run game coordinator of this team. so that we can get, hopefully we bring Breece Hall back, but we could get Breece Hall going. We could get this run game going. I really like this hire. I really do. So as far as what as far as what Frank Reich brings to this offense, I feel like he brings stability. He brings the ability to coach the quarterback position. And he just brings stability throughout the whole offense. He's seen it all. He's done so much. So I'm really ecstatic about this hire, and I feel like this is going to be something that's really good. I feel like now what's really important is the staff that he builds around him. I'm very interested to see what happens. I'm hoping that Greg Roman comes in as the run game coordinator. I know that might be wishful thinking. Some people have teased that, and I really love that idea. And there are some young quarterbacks in this draft that I feel like the New York Jets should take a chance on and should go after. If you don't draft Ty Simpson in the first, I love Nussmeier. I love a lot of these other quarterbacks that are coming in. I'm not saying that they're going to be the franchise, but they're worth taking a chance on while you bring in a veteran. So all in all, I feel like today is a win for the Jets as far as where we're at right now. At the end of the day, for everybody that's begging for Aaron Glenn to be fired, it's not happening right now. So the best that you can do is to have a little faith, have a little hope in this team. And the one thing I will say is, my life of being a Jets fan, you guys could tell me you agree with me if you don't. The times where I was the most excited and thought we were going to be amazing, we ended up sucking. Whenever I thought we was going to be trash, we did something that I couldn't believe. So let's just have faith that we're going to see one of those type of things. But with that being said, that's all I had to say. Love y'all. Let me know what y'all think inside the comment section below. Catch y'all in the next one. I'm out.